A U.S. court case involving a child sex predator from Brandon is drawing attention to a video chat website that experts say is troubling. Omegal's catchphrase is "talk to strangers." And when CBC News went onto the website, some of the people we encountered appear to have something other than talking on their minds. The I-Team's Caroline Bargut has this story, but just a warning, this item contains graphic images and content of a sexual nature that many people will find disturbing.
You don't need an account to get onto Omegle, or a username, or provide any information at all. All you have to do is go to the website and click on text or video to be randomly paired with a stranger. CBC News visited the site. We identified ourselves as journalists with each person we encountered. Within 5 minutes, we were matched with 2 naked men masturbating on video. We were also paired with teenagers. This person said he was 16 and appeared to be on the site for one reason. We spent just under an hour on the website. All but one of our matches were with men, some partly clothed. 5 were naked with their penises exposed. There were others who kept their cameras off. Some hung up when we said we were journalists, but this man agreed to talk.
And why do you come on here?
Because I enjoy being watched.
Omegle gives users the option of putting in a keyword to help match them with people that have similar interests. We met this man when we entered Roblox, a game commonly used by children.
Are you always naked when you come on here?
Usually, yes.
Even when you're talking to kids?
Yeah.
Do you ever masturbate in front of the children?
Only if they ask to.
And are you, you're not uncomfortable and talking to a younger person if you're naked?
If they're comfortable, I'm comfortable. It's all about consent.
Well, an underage person cannot consent legally. Are you aware of that?
You're the one who's calling it legal. I'm calling it social consent, okay?
Oh.
It's predatory behavior like this that's at the heart of a court case against Omegle. In December, a Brandon man was sentenced to 8.5 years in prison for internet luring and distributing child pornography after police found more than 3,000 images and videos on his electronic devices. One of his victims, an American woman, is now suing Omegle for connecting her with him in 2014 when she was 11 years old.
According to court filings, the man, who CBC News is not naming to protect the identities of his victims, abused the girl for 3 years, forcing her to send him explicit photos of her engaging in sex acts until she was 15. The girl, who is only identified by the initials AM, is asking the court for up to $22 million in damages and for the site to be shut down.
There's no reason that Omegle in its present condition should exist. It routinely matches adults with children for sex streaming in real time. There's no world where that kind of product is necessary, desirable, or safe.
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says last year it did a search of its records and found 170 videos from Omegle were being traded on dark web forums, most of which showcased kids believed to be between the ages of 6 and 15.
Why are we permitting our children to be exposed to this type of material in this way? And why haven't we done anything yet?
The Canadian Centre is eagerly watching what happens in the American lawsuit in hopes it forces online companies like Omegle to do more to protect children.
I mean, the tagline on the site is "talk to strangers." It's unfathomable, and you can't even believe that such a site exists, and yet it does.
Omegle's website says nudity, pornography, and sexually explicit conduct and content are prohibited. It also says you have to be 18 and up to enter, but that children 13 and older can use the site with their parents' permission and supervision. The company provided a statement to CBC News. It said, Omegle utilizes a number of methods to moderate content shared by users in chats using both AI and human moderation services. When Omegle flags content as illegal, inappropriate, or in violation of its policies, the company says it bans the IP addresses the person used to access the website. The company also says where appropriate, it reports flagged content to law enforcement agencies and the National Centre for Missing and Exploited Children.
As for the U.S. lawsuit against Omegle, it's far from over. The company recently filed a motion saying Omegle is not a product but a service and therefore can't be sued under product liability. AM's lawyers say they plan to fight that. They say the best outcome would be to get in front of a jury and prove the harm caused to their client, in hopes companies that don't do enough to protect children are held accountable. Caroline Bargout, CBC News, Winnipeg.